Hello YouTube, this is Super Apple Forever. So today we're going to be unboxing my sister's MacBook. So she's finally going Intel. Her first Mac was my old iBook G3, which I let her use. I had it for a while. Before that I had my 13-inch MacBook Pro, and now I have my 15-inch MacBook Pro, which I have an unboxing of that on my channel. So this is the standard. I'll show you the specs for the model. You can see here that it's got, let me see if you can see that, it's kind of dark in here. It's got the 2.4 gigahertz Intel Core 2 Dual, which is still a pretty good processor. It's got 256 meg NVIDIA graphics card, which isn't too bad for a MacBook. 2 gigs of RAM, which I think can be upgraded to 4 gigs, and a 250 gig hard drive. So as this laptop gets older, of course I am going to upgrade the RAM and the hard drive for her. But for right now, that's pretty good for her, since she's going to basically be using it for flash games and stuff. So she's going to actually do the unboxing since it's her laptop. She really wanted to unbox it since this is her first Mac. So here we go. So of course the standard cut up here. There you go. Okay, so there's the laptop itself. It's covered in some kind of foam thing. The MacBook Pro was covered in a clear plastic. Pull up that tab. So we're gonna put the laptop aside until we actually get to that. So down here we have designed by Apple in California, of course, and we have the MagSafe plug, the new one. And actually, from my MacBook Pro use, it came with the new one as well. I actually like the old one, because the old one isn't like curved like this, where you have to have it at one side so it doesn't mess it up, or I really can't describe it. But I actually prefer the old one, and I might actually buy the old one for my MacBook Pro since I like it so much. Okay, so we're going to look at the designed by Apple in California thing, which has all the information, the Apple stickers and all that. So, of course, the everything Mac and everything else, that's just the standard manual thing that we really don't need to look at. And the everything Mac, which has the Apple stickers in it, the restore discs, and the software stuff. So weirdly, this doesn't come with a microfiber cloth to clean the screen. I thought it would be in here. In the MacBook Pro it was. And this is white. So yeah, we've just got that in there, the standard restore discs and stuff. We don't really need to look at that, so we'll put that aside. And of course the MagSafe power connector, which we all know how that works. So we'll look at that maybe later, I don't know. So we're going to look at the actual laptop now. And it looks very nice. I've always liked the Mac Pro, or the MacBooks. I think they're good laptops for consumers. It's too bad that more people don't buy MacBooks. People think that they're slow just because of the consumer laptop. So there it is. We're going to lift it up. And there it is. So I believe it's a 13-inch, not a 13.4 like the MacBook Pro. By looking at it, it looks a little bit smaller. I don't know if it's just the white, and I'm used to looking at the aluminum. We've got a very nice keyboard here, the same in the MacBook Pro, except for this is black, or I'm sorry, it's white, and it's not backlit. So we have the multi-touch trackpad, which is made out of glass, but it's white, of course. The MacBook Pro's is silver to match the aluminum. So we're going to boot it up now, and we'll get the intro video and all that. So I'm actually pretty excited to do this since I've never seen a MacBook unboxing. So we've got a FaceTime camera, I guess you'd call it now, up here. I don't think it's HD. The MacBook Pro is HD, but I think this is actually an iChat camera, or I mean a what is it called? An iSight camera. So I don't really know why they changed the name to FaceTime. I like iChat because of course there's the legendary I in it. So it's going to start up now, and the screen actually looks very nice and vivid. It looks very bright and very good. Of course, you really can't see how bright it is in the video, but it looks very nice actually. So we're going to get the choose your language. Do you want to do this? Okay, so of course English as our main language, and then next. And then it's going to start the intro video, which is awesome. Let me turn it up all the way, and the brightness up all the way. So we're going to wait till the music stops. And actually the speakers sound really good on this thing. The speakers sound just as good, if not better, than the MacBook Pro. So I guess that's pretty good. So of course we're United States. And US, of course. And then do not transfer my information right now on the bottom. And then continue. And then we're going to have to choose a Wi-Fi network. And put in the password. And continue. And it's going to connect. And then we're going to do the Apple ID. So we're going to put in all this stuff, and then we'll see you. Okay, so it's we're done with that. Now we're going to press go. And it's going to take us to the main desktop now. So I lifted this thing up, and it's actually very thin. Or it's not thin. It's very light. It doesn't weigh much at all compared to the MacBook Pro. But of course, that's probably from the aluminum unibody. So we're going to set it up and put all the software on it and stuff, and then we'll see you guys in a second. Okay, so we've set it up, we've put everything on it, and I have to say it's actually a pretty good laptop for being a consumer laptop. Now, this thing is very light. It's probably even lighter than the 13-inch MacBook Pro. It's extremely, well, actually, I can say that it is lighter than the 13-inch MacBook Pro. It's very light. It also has a pretty good pair of speakers in it. Of course, not as good as the 15-inch MacBook Pro, but they still are pretty good. I wouldn't be able to compare it of a 13-inch and a MacBook Pro. My mom's going to be getting a 13-inch MacBook Pro soon, so she's finally switching to Mac, also being used PC her whole life. So we're gonna eject the kid pics out of here, which I just installed on here from my sister. And you can hear that the disk drive is extremely quiet. It's actually even quieter than the one on my MacBook Pro. But of course, that's a super drive. Alright, so we're going to just do some things here. We'll do a Geek bench test to see what score this thing gets. And I've already done it, and it gets about, I think, 3,300. My MacBook Pro 15-inch gets about 9,000. And my early 2008 iMac gets about 3,800, I believe. So it's a little bit faster than this. Okay, so you can see we've got 3,394, which really isn't too bad for standard computing. So we'll just look at this real quick. So you can see the processor stuff. There's the individual scores for that. So this thing only has 2 gigs of RAM, and my iMac has 4 gigs of RAM. So this thing is getting pretty close to being just as fast, if not a little bit faster than that. But of course, this really has nothing on the hard drive. I'm almost got completely filled up on my iMac's hard drive. So yeah. So you can see that. So not too bad of a score actually. So we'll open Word, which on any Mac or any computer or any Mac, it takes a while to launch. The program's very slow. So on my MacBook Pro, it would have already been done a while ago. But this is the first time I've opened it, so that's probably why it's taking so long. So you can see here that this is the first time I've opened it. And just a basic one. So one thing I hate about some programs on the Mac is that when you open them, they don't automatically go into full widescreen. You can see how this one's kind of messed up, which kind of sucks. So I have to like widen it out myself. So you can see that that opened pretty fast. We'll try KidPix 3D. This is also the first time we've launched this. And it's 3D, so I don't know how it's going to look on camera. The screen's very bright and very bright and vivid on here. It looks very nice. Okay. So she's gonna put in her name. Okay, so there's an update. We'll update later. Okay. So you can see you've got the basic KidPix layout. I think the 3D's off. Okay, so I won't turn it on for the video, so you guys can see it. So you can just do basic stuff, and you know, put a stamp in there. So I've been using this since the Mac OS 8 when I was like 3 years old. I had an old Performa, and that's what I would play the second KidPix, I believe. I don't really remember what version it was, but I used to love this game on my old Performa with Mac OS 8 on it. It was either Mac OS 8 or 7, I really don't remember, but yeah, so this is pretty cool. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, I'll turn on the 3D now. Or no, I won't. Okay, so I think that you can only draw. You can only draw in 2D, and then you can only look at the pictures in 3D. So yeah, that's not. So yeah, like I said, this is just for my sister. So she's gonna be using this for, you know, like Flash games, you know, like Club Penguin and stuff like that. A little bit of YouTube and stuff like that. So nothing that really needs a fast computer. So this will be completely fine for her. It looks awesome, and I actually, you know, as a secondary laptop for school and stuff, I wouldn't mind actually owning one of these. Except for if I was gonna buy one of these, I'd buy the first generation in black. So I like the black look of it better, but they don't make them anymore, of course. So I don't know what else we could try. We could try an open iMovie. Of course, she's really not going to use this too often, so it doesn't matter. So you can see that that surprisingly launched pretty fast. I'm sure it wouldn't export or import 1080p video that quickly, though. So, yeah, that's basically about it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, and stay tuned for a 13-inch MacBook Pro unboxing for my mom. She finally upgraded to Mac. Like I said, she's using an old junky Dell Celeron laptop, which isn't good. So, thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe.